Yeah, hi, Krishna. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have any issue in the installation? Yeah, so have you done installation?
Myself, Aravind.
No, I'm asking Krishna.
Okay, I got it.
So you got the access HIMA, right?
Yeah, I got the access.
Okay. And who joined with iPhone? Who is there on the iPhone? Okay, I'm not able to understand the name. Okay, so I just recapped the yesterday commands. Okay, so you are new, so you can get the idea, right? What are the developers command, Hadoop commands are there. Okay, so basically, what is the architecture we are going to follow, right? We have to do one setup, right? Like for learning Hadoop big data, right? We have to do setup, right? So we need one Windows machine, okay? Windows or whatever machine you have, so you can install VirtualBox, and on top of the VirtualBox, we can install Ubuntu. Any version is fine, like latest version you can say 2022.04, and on top of that Ubuntu we have to install different components, right? Tools, right? Hadoop tool, Spark tool, like lot of things we will install one by one. So first we will install Hadoop. So when you install Hadoop, so Hadoop has two core components. Those are the primary component. One is a storage and one is a processing. Okay, so storage component names are, storage component name is HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System, and processing component name is MapReduce. So when we talk about like I'm just having a one system, right? I'm saying one framework, right, which is providing a support of storage as well as computing. So generally we use these two things only, right? Like suppose I want to process the data and I want to write the data into some storage, right? And again, I want to process data, I will read the data from that storage, right? So this process will keep going on, right? Again and again, it will be the process will be keep going on. I will be storage the data I will store the data in storage, and I will process the data. I will read from the storage. Again, I will write into the storage. Okay. So this Hadoop distributed file system is a file system like a Unix or Windows. It's not different. The only difference comes here in the Unix or Windows file system to this HDFS. So this HDFS has 64 or 128 MB block size. Okay, so if you see the what is the measurement of data, that unit is called blocks, and how this block is formed. Like in Windows, the block size, Windows or Unix, the block size is 6 KB. Okay, so if you have a very large amount of data, large number of blocks will be there, more number of blocks, then it will be very difficult to read the file, right? But in case of Hadoop distributed file system, your number of blocks will be less because your size of the block is more. Okay, so it's a like your block size is more, the number of blocks less, and your speed will be faster. When your block size is less, the number of blocks will be more, and then your speed will be less, right? Because Windows or Unix, we cannot read very large amount of files. Okay, so that is the reason this Hadoop came in picture, right? It's such a tool which is providing analytics of the large amount of data. Okay, so when we are talking about the HDFS, there are the two core components in HDFS. One is name node and data node. So when I talk about name node, it is a master node. It is a master node. Master node means it's like a machine. It is called master, which is taking care of all the data nodes. So it is containing all metadata about your data node, about all data nodes. So in a cluster, suppose I have 20 nodes are there. So one will be master and 19 will be the data nodes. And this data node will contain actual data. Okay, actual data. So there are some command are there. Yesterday I did some command like first of all, when you want to do any analytics on Hadoop distributed file system, your data should be reside in SDFS. Okay. So if I have installed my Hadoop distributed file system on Unix or Ubuntu, right? Ubuntu is a Linux, right? Ubuntu is a Linux file system, type of Linux file system. On top of that, I installed Hadoop, and Hadoop is having your HDFS, Hadoop distributed file system. So when I want to say like I have a file in my local file system, in my Unix file system, Linux file system, and I want to copy into Hadoop file system, so I have to use some command. So these are the Linux command only. Generally, Linux command are the ls, cat command, mkdir, mb, cp, rm. But when we use in Hadoop, we use Hadoop fs prefix. Okay, or we can use hdfs dfs prefix. Okay, suppose I want to say I want to use ls command in Hadoop file system. So I will use Hadoop fs minus ls slash some directory I will give. Like I have created some directory, and the directory path I will give where I want to do list. If I want to create a new directory like test12, I want to create in test123, I will use mkdir. So these are the simple commands. So I covered yesterday. So you will get in the previous day video. Okay. So I will be starting some new more commands.
Okay.
Any question and doubt?
No.
Okay. So if I want to see like how many more commands are there, how many commands are there, so only just if you type Hadoop fs, so you will see all list of commands, right? Hadoop fs is a prefix, and these are the commands. So all commands are starting with hyphen. So whatever command is started with hyphen and then command name, and after that options. So what are the options like input and output options? So we will provide the options. Okay. But command will start with hyphen. Okay. Okay. So suppose I have a files in my Hadoop directory. First of all, I want to see my Hadoop directory. Hadoop fs minus ls slash. So slash is a root directory. Okay. In this root directory, I'm having some folders are there like test123, test1234. These are the two directories, right? So here I can recognize it. It's a directory. D is there. Okay. If hyphen is there, it is file. Okay. So when I want to see the content of test1234 or test123, so I will write it like this. So I will go inside one level go inside the directory. Okay, so I can see here two files are there, both are the file because hyphen is here. Okay, so I want to use some command. I say I want to use truncate command. Truncate command is cut the number of character, right? I want to cut. Okay, and truncate command will modify your file itself. You are not creating a new file, your file will itself is like your truncate. Okay, so first I see the content of file, cat command. Okay, test123 slash test2.txt. This command I will see content of my file. Okay, so I want to keep it only 3 character. Hadoop fs minus truncate. There is and I have to give complete path. So whenever I'm applying any command, I have to use the complete path, because if I'm not giving complete path, it will not recognize the file, because it's a virtual file system. So Hadoop is not physical file system, it's a virtual file system. We cannot go inside that file system, because in Unix we can go in any directory, but in Hadoop we cannot go. So we have to okay, this is not a file like test2.txt. If something messages come like this, no such file directory means. So now if I see this file again, hadoop fs minus cat test2.txt. So now your file become length 3. Can you see only 3 characters are there? So it is truncated the file length to 3. This is giving the message. So W for waiting, and then how many character you want to truncate, then you can give the number, right? So 3 is like how many character you want to truncate, you can give that number. So from the beginning it will take it. Just remember it will truncate from the beginning. So you just calculate like, okay, this was my file. So I will character 3 character this one. So if you want 10 characters, so you calculate from the beginning, even the space also there. Okay. So this command is useful. This command, this truncate command is useful when I want to truncate my file, because I don't want entire content. I want to get, but once it is truncated, you can't revert it. Okay. Because it is changing into your original file. Okay. Because it is changing into your original file. Correct. So once it is truncated means you cannot revert back. Okay. So this command is very careful to use, because when I'm very much sure, okay, then I should use this. Okay. Or you should make a copy of this file first. Okay. Then you apply truncate, so that your original data should not be lost. Okay. Okay. So truncate command uses to truncate the file for how many characters you want to truncate. So this command is a truncate. Yesterday I told about touch command, touch d command. This is for creating a new empty file. Okay. So sometimes my requirement is I want to create a one empty file in Hadoop file system. I will use touch command. Now next command I'm telling about zip text command. Okay, so we know, right, two commands are there. One is a cat command to see the file. Okay, hadoop fs minus cat test123 slash test2.txt. So cat command is very simple command. That is any particular text file you can see the content. But suppose my requirement is I have a file is a zip file, and I want to see the content of file. So how can I see that content? Okay, so first I create a file and I create a zip file. Okay, so how to create a zip file? The zip command is there. I can create a zip file. Okay. Okay, I take this file abc.txt. I create a zip file for this. So I say zip, and I say some name of the file. I say which I want to create a zip. Okay, and for which file I want to create, it is created. Okay, so what is a file which is created as zip? If I do ls file1, so I will I think file1.zip. Okay, file1.zip. You are giving only file1, but extension will automatically added as a file1.zip. So your file is now name is, what is the name of the file? File1.zip, right? So you given a command zip file1, whatever name you want to keep, and which file you want to zip it. So in this file, in this file1.zip, this abc.text file is as a zip file. Okay, if I want to see the size of the file, okay, first we see abc.txt. Okay, 18 KB. Okay, now I see the content of this file one, size of this file one dot zip. It is increasing the content. 182. Maybe some additional information it is adding. Okay, because while reading the file, okay, some metadata thing. So now this file is having the content of this abc.txt. So I have to move this file to the Hadoop file system. So Hadoop fs minus put command or copy from local we can use file one dot zip, and then I give the location. So I say test123 directory. I want to copy this file. So this zip file is copied into the, if I want to see the file, Hadoop fs minus ls slash test123. So I will get it here file one dot zip. Okay. Now I want to see the content of the file. So there is a command in Hadoop fs minus text command. One is a cat command, another one is a text command. Okay, text command is when the file is in the zip format and I want to see the content. Test123 file one zip. So this file is having this content because some other binary data is there, okay, that we cannot read, but actual data is there. If I show you the file here, what is the content of this abc.txt? Can you see abc.txt? What is the content? This one. And this content is, we can see here. Okay.
Yeah.
So text command is like useful when I have a data in the zip I want to see. Okay. So that is it. Okay. So other commands are Hadoop fs. Okay. So next command I'm telling about one remove command, rmdir and rm command. Okay. So rm command we know is a remove a file and remove a directory. Okay. So I want to, where is rm? rm and rmi. So rm and rmdir, two commands are there, removing the directory and removing the file. Okay. Or nested directory I can remove using the rm. Okay. So how to remove? Okay. So I have Hadoop fs minus ls slash. So here are two directories are there, test123 and test1234. Okay. So I check this test123. I want to remove it. Okay. This is having three files, file1.zip, test and test2. Okay. So Hadoop fs minus rm and recursive delete I want to do. Okay. And I will give the path test123. So test123 delete means everything inside the test123 will be deleted. Okay. Even the test123 also delete. Okay. Yeah, now it's deleted. Actually, I given last time rm and r separate. So whenever you want to use recursive delete, give rm and r together. Okay. And now I want to verify it. So how to verify? I will try this one, whether this is there or not.
Let me get
so this one is deleted.
number 10. Number 10.
Okay, so here is basically I'm giving Hadoop fs minus ls test123. So I'm not able to find. So my data is deleted. So if the data is deleted, where it is gone? Okay, Hadoop is maintaining one trash. Okay, right now this trash is not configured, so it is not going to the trash. Actually, one directory is created as a trash directory. So whenever you done delete, right, accidentally, right, your data is deleted. So how can you get back the data? Okay. So one command is there, like we can get back from the trash. So by default, there is a skip trash command is there. When you're using Hadoop fs minus rm, okay, when you are using Hadoop fs minus rm and then skip trash. So if you do this and give the directory, so what will happen? It will not ask you any confirmation. It will not go to the trash. It will go directly delete it, permanent delete it. Okay. So skip trash we use when I don't want to send to the trash. But here I didn't use the skip trash. So by default it will go to the trash. But trash should be configured. So how to configure trash? Okay. So here is when I check the directory, some user directory should be there. So Hadoop fs minus ls slash. In this user directory, my username directory should be there. So here I have to create one trash directory and I have to configure it. Okay. So I'm telling you how to configure the trash. Okay. So that once the trash is configured, so every time whenever you delete, by default, it will go to the trash. Otherwise, if you have used skip trash, it will not go to the trash. So one property is there in SDFS site.xml. We have to set that property. Okay. So here, if you see here, this property is there, fs interval, and this property is there in the core site.xml file. I have to set this property. Okay. I'm copying this value, and here I will give the value 1440. 1440 is like some hour values are there. Okay. Will not delete it for 24 hours. So 24 hours it will not delete. Okay. So what I will do here, I will go to my configuration. So where is my configuration is softwares, Apache Hadoop, etc Hadoop, and here is a core site.xml. So in this core site.xml file, I will add one more property for my trash, and here I will give the time. And I save it, and I have to restart Hadoop. Okay, so how to restart the service in Hadoop? So I have to do stop -all.sh. It will stop all the services. So name node, data node, and resource manager, node manager, and secondary name node. So all 5 services will be stopped one by one. So it will be creating a one directory user username and dot trash. So this directory will be maintained for anything if I'm using the rm command. Okay, I'm deleting. If you want to disable your trash, just simply set the value 0. So 0 will disable the trash feature. So you don't want to use trash. So we can, I want to delete everything, whatever I'm deleting. So, and then you can set it this property value 0. Again, I have to start the service because I have done the changes. I have done the changes in the property file. So whatever changes you do in the configuration files, XML files, so you have to restart your service so that it will come in effect. Okay, so my Hadoop service has started. Okay, so I'm just creating a new folder so that I can delete that Hadoop fs minus mkdir test 2, 3, 4, which I deleted. I'm creating again. And now I will copy some file inside this, and I will create another directory inside this also. Test1, 2. If two directory you want to create parallelly, one after one, so minus P option you can use. So this minus P can create as many as label of directories. Suppose I'm giving first 1, 2, and then I'm giving test1, 2. So two directory will create together. If you don't use this minus P, you can't create two level of directory, or three level you cannot create, only one directory at a time. So for creating this test1, 2, you should have this directory if you don't use minus P. If you use minus P, it is allow any nested label of directories you can create. All will be created. Okay, as many as label you can give. Okay, now I copy some file. So Hadoop fs minus put. So I'm copying one file test1, 2 slash test1, 2 directory, and I give the file name here test.txt. Okay, so this is I'm copying one file, and another one I copy in the test1, 2, 3, 4. So test1, 2, 3, 4. And same file I'm copying in the test1, 2, 3. So I have a two directories are there. Okay, so this file is already present. Okay, so Hadoop fs minus ls slash. So how many total directories are there? So I have one directory test1, 2, and test1, 2 has another test1, 2 is there. So I want to do delete for this. Okay, Hadoop fs minus rmr test1, 2 slash test1, 2. If I give this one, so entire this test1, 2 will be gone. So can you see here? Now the message is coming different. The message is coming here. This test1, 2, which I deleted, it is going into the trash directory. This is my trash directory. So I copy this path. So it will copy as it is complete directory. So current directory, there is a trash, and trash is having current, and current is having entire directory moved as a directory which I have deleted. So I deleted test1, 2, and test1, 2 gone as an entire directory. So I want to see in the trash the content I want to see Hadoop fs minus ls, and I give this path, current directory path. So I will see the test1, 2 will be here, and this test1, 2, if I say, I will have the whatever files and everything is there in this test1, 2, right? Again, test1, 2 is there, and test1, 2 has my file. Some file is there in the test1, 2. So I deleted one directory, and directory has inside a file like this. This structure I deleted. Okay. So I want to revert back what I want to get back. I want to get back only this test1, 2, test1, 2, or test.txt. So I want to say I want to get back Hadoop fs minus get command. I can use cp command because both are Hadoop directory. Cp, and what is the source path from where I want to do. So I want to do this test1, 2, copy, and where I want to do. So I have to tell root I want. So simply I do slash. Again, your test1, 2 will be coming in the root. Okay. Now I check again Hadoop fs minus ls slash. because I given the root here, right? Slash. So this test12 should return back to the test. See, now it's test12. So this is, if I show you the date, so you see this is 6:30 and this is also 6:30. So just now it came back. So in this test12, I want to verify my other files and directly came back. So Hadoop fs minus ls slash test12. So I will see another test12, and inside the test12 there is a test.txt. So test12 I want to see, I will see test.txt. Okay. So this is like a command which is doing the trash. Now if I delete it with skip trash, what happens? Hadoop fs minus rm, and I say particular file I want to delete, rm, and I say this file I delete with skip trash. So minus skip trash, and then I give the path. I don't want to go to the trash. So it is deleted. Now the message didn't come because I use this one. So there is command, expunge command is there. Suppose anything in your trash, it will be deleted, final deleted, right? Suppose your trash is hadoop fs minus ls. So slash user slash my username, and there is a dot trash slash current. I written the. So right now in the trash, because I did the copy command, right? Copy means it will remain on the same place also. So this is the, I want to do expunge. Okay, so Hadoop fs minus expunge. So expunge command is whatever is in your trash, it will delete. So what it will do, it will not do the still hard delete. What it will do, this test12, it will create in another folder, it will keep it. Like it will be still taking a backup, like some date is there, 23/01/17, and this is hour minute second. So this hour minute second, it created one folder and put your data inside this one. So it is like a checkpoint. Okay, so in this one, so suppose you have multiple folders are there, multiple folder directories, files are there in this trash. So all will go to in this date folder. So now you see the content of this particular date folder in the trash. So you will find whatever was there in your trash, everything goes into this particular. Okay, ls will come minus ls. So you can see in this trash date folder. Okay, so now in the trash date folder, you can see your test12 directory came. If anything else is there in your trash, everything comes in this date directory. Okay, but still it is not completely removed from the trash. Okay, so this is your expunge command. Expunge command is it deleting, it is like a data from the trash, right? Like you do the shift delete, or like you don't want to store in the trash, or you want to delete separately from the trash. Okay, so this command is this expunge command. Okay, I just noted down today's command. So one command we see, hadoop fs minus truncate command. Truncate command, I give w and then the how many characters and then the file path. Okay, so test123 dot slash test2 dot txt, any file you can give. Okay, and the next command is a text command. For text command, you can do practice. So hadoop fs, you can create a first zip in the local your directory. So zip command and give the zip file name. Okay, suppose you are creating a file 2. So you don't need to give extension, and give the file name for which you want to create a zip. So it will create your zip with name file2 zip. So your file will be named file2.zip. And this file you have to copy to Hadoop file system. So Hadoop fs minus put, and then you say file to diff, that is in your, because you are using text command on the Hadoop file system. And then you say you have a directory test123, and there you copy this file to, or if you don't give even, it will give it the same name, because it will copy with the same name. Okay. And then after that, you can use the text command. So Hadoop fs minus text, and then you can say test123 file to, yeah. So then you can see whatever content of this test.txt, that will, you can see in the this zip file. So this is the one command test, and another command is test command. This I will tell. This command is basically check the directory, whether your path is a directory or it is a file. It's a testing command, right? Test command is just checking for whether it's a file or test or directory, it can test. Okay. And another command is tail command. Yesterday I told about tail. Setrep command is setting the replication factor. F attribute command, it is setting the attribute. Okay, so two commands are associated with this, F attribute and set attribute. Okay, if you see here, F attribute and get attribute. Okay, F attribute is basically for setting the attribute, and get attribute, set and get F attribute, file attribute. So F means file. So set F attribute and get F attribute. So generally, what is the use of this? Suppose you have a one file, this file. Any file is there in the Hadoop file system. Okay. And you want to know its metadata, right? Like basically, I don't have any information about the file. Like what is this file about? Okay. So I want to keep it some information about the file. So I can set the attribute, and by using the minus n is a name and minus v is a value. Okay. So what is the purpose of this? Like someone can get more information about the file, who has created the file, who is the author of the file, what is a, like some information I keep it, which is very useful about the, someone can know about the attribute. Every file is associated with attribute. We have to make it associate. By default, this attribute is not there. Okay. So first I need to use F attribute, and then if I want to get it, get attribute. Okay. So I will set some attribute, Hadoop fs minus f set f attribute, set f ATTR attribute. Okay. Minus n name, I say my name. Okay. Some attribute value I'm giving, name minus n minus v. Actually minus v I have to use to tell this is a value. So minus n is a name attribute and minus v is the value of that attribute. And then I give the file path for which file this attribute is there. So I say test123 slash test2.txt. Okay, I'll verify it. Test123. What is the file inside this? There is one file is test1.txt. I'm setting the attribute for this file. Something got wrong. Okay, it is saying attribute must be prefix, like, okay, followed by dot. So Okay, so name only we cannot give. Name dot so something I should give. Okay. Author. Name dot author. Set attribute. Okay, minus set of attribute minus n user dot and then value like this and then file path. This minus user dot author. Give the value. So attribute is set. Now I want to get it the value of attribute. Get f attribute, and then I can give I have to tell the file. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test 1.txt. So it is coming like this. So user.author is my name. So it is giving you the value because I'm just giving the name. Okay, like this we can set the attribute. Another command is get attribute. So get attribute is like set attribute and get attribute. Like another command is FACL and get ACL. Get ACL file ACL means access control list. Like I can set the permissions, like I want to set the permissions and then I can get the permissions. So there are the multiple ways are there. So here I will be setting, like I will be defining user permissions and read write access on which file, whatever the permission I'm giving. I will be defining the user group. I can set it. Okay. And what about this option minus M is modify. I'm going to modify. X means I'm removing it. B is from remove all. So these are the options are there for setting the permissions and getting the permissions. Getting permission is get ACL. Okay, hadoop fs. So get ACL is getting the permission. Get FACL. So that is just you write hadoop fs get ACL1 file path. It will give you the whatever permission you set it that you can get it. Okay. So this is two command set is there. So one is hadoop fs set f attribute. There you have to give -n and user dot after some attribute and -v you can give the value, my value, and then give the file path test 123/test2.txt and get ACL get f attribute you want to do hadoop fs minus get f attr and just give this -n user dot author and skip this part because this part will be returned. So you have to give test 123/test2.txt and suppose you want to use the FACL f get ACL and set FACL. So you can do the file permissions, you can give like which user group, what you want to do on that file. So another way is there, right? We have another way. CH mode is there. CH mode and CH group, CH on. Here is all three you can do in a one single command. That's the advantage here. Like if you want to do either CH group or CH mode or CH on. So CH group, you can change the group. CH mode, like you can change the permission, right? -x or like whatever permission you want to remove or add, like this user group permission. But if you want to do in a single command, you can do this permission. Okay, so you can use set FACL, access control list. Okay. And get ACL, just you use get ACL and give the file path. So if you give the file path / your file path, then it will get the ACL. So here is a get command will come. Okay, so I think mostly commands are done. What is left? Some command are still there. Yes. So if I append to file is done, cat is done, check some. Okay, this is a one command. CH group, CH mode, CH on is done, concat is done, copy from local, copy to local is done. Count command is just giving how many number of files directories are there, it is giving. So hadoop fs minus count and just give the directory path. So /test12. This is an informative command, just give the information. So just do this. So it will tell you how many directory, how many files, and total size, like everything it is telling, right? And this is a directory path. So if you see test123, like how many files and directories are there, ls. So you can see test123 4. So here is test123 is 2 file and 1 directory test12. And this test1234 is again a 1 directory. So total 2 directory, 2 file, and total size is 36. So if you calculate this 18, 18, 36. So 36 is showing the total size. Okay, another command is there, hadoop fs du or dus. So hadoop fs du, and then you give the path of directory test1234. So what is du and dus is doing? So du is showing complete file path wise, right? Here it's only count things you are getting. High level count, directory count, okay, and total size. Total size, total directory, total files, and directory path. But here you are getting a complete path, right? All each individual one you are getting. When you do dus, so you are getting the same information which you got it in the count, except the number of files, number of directory is not coming here. Okay. So these three commands are there, hadoop fs count. So count means number of count of directory and files, and size, total size. So this command is giving total number of files, directory, and total size in bytes. Okay, so this is and path, directory path. And when you do this command du, all individual label, all nested label, everything is showing. Directory path. So here is this command. So size of the directory and path of file and directory port, file and directory. Okay, and one more is hadoop fs minus tus test 1 2 3 4. It is showing size of directory, path at top level. Okay, so 3 commands are there. Okay, so here is expunge command we done, df command. Df command is checking the size, right? You know, in the Linux also df command is there for checking the how much memory and size is there, so you can get it. So sometimes I want to know how much occupied space and how much, so df command you can use. So this is just giving the information how much total size you have, how much used by this, and how much available. And it is giving the Hadoop file system. So total Hadoop file system size is showing. I think it is, even if I don't give this. Okay, so even it's not df, it's the same information coming. This is a df command. So display the free space. So minus h option is there, which will format file size, human readable fashion. Okay, and df minus directory. Now it's showing in the GBs. Okay, so 293 GBs, 80K use. I think this one is particular this folder. Okay, so suppose if I change another directory, test 1 2 3. The time is showing the same information. But here H option in the readable format, DFS is. Okay, so I need to check this DF, like, but it is not changing anything, only same. DF is basically used for checking the free space. Yeah, so that is DF. Okay, checking the free space. Use this space. Okay. So, PDF what command. Okay, so a snapshot command is like creating a snapshot, right? I want to create a snapshot, like some backup snapshot in Hadoop. So like particular directory and folder, right? I want to take the snapshot. I can use it some snapshot command. So create a snapshot command is there. So I can use create a snapshot and path and a snapshot name. So SDFS Hadoop FS. So I can use a snapshot and I can give the name in a snapshot like some format, right? So then I can remember it, which date I have taken the snapshot. Hadoop FS minus create a snapshot and a particular directory I want to take it, test1 2. I have to so either this directory should be there. So some directory test 1 2 3. The snapshot is try to create a snapshot on the SDFS directory. A snapshot cannot be created on folder directly. We need to enable a snapshot on the directory before creating a snapshot. Okay, so we have to enable allow a snapshot on that particular directory. So there is a allow a snapshot command is there. Hadoop fs minus allow a snapshot, allow a snapshot, and I should give directory test1 2 3. This command we need to check here it is there or not. Create a snapshot there, delete a create a snapshot, delete a snapshot, and rename a snapshot is there. So create a folder on SDFS and upload the local file to SDFS and try to create a snapshot. Because allow snapshot is option is not there. General command line syntax. Okay, we need to check whether this snapshot is in the 3.x version. Snapshot 3. Okay, snapshot path. So saying it is allowed. Okay, some error came. Test1 2 3 is not a directory. Test one is created. I want to use test one. Okay, succeeded. So test one is created as a snapshot. Now we can use the create a snapshot command. And I can give backup of this one into the test one. So snapshot and create a snapshot command, path and snapshot name. Okay, I think we can give just name, not the slash. Because it knows the name, just it has to attach. Okay, directory is not a snapshotable directory. Okay, so it is saying create a snapshot like we directory is not a snapshotable directory. Okay, so directory become snapshotable by using this command. So any directory we have to make it snapshotable by this one, test 1, 2, 3, 4, and then test 1, 2. This directory is snapshotable. Okay, now I want to create a snapshot. Now it's created. So this is the path is created, dot snapshot folder is created. Inside that, this test one is your snapshot. Okay, with this name, your snapshot is created. If I want to see content, I do fs minus ls. So I can see this test one name. It's created, right? Test one. And nothing came. Okay, I'll check it. This is some new command. Okay. So just prepare. I'll give the list of all command. Okay. Just prepare it. I'll give the link of this one. I'll share the comments. Okay. Anyone question? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.